Hey guys, what's going on? So I am so excited for the trailer that we are about to watch. This is the teaser trailer for Venom, a film that I have literally been waiting for like 20 years. Actually, no, 24 years. I cosplayed as Venom at the age of 6 years old. The first year that I went to Comic Con ever. I have like
Uh,
freaking Venom stuff like all over my house. I got my costume downstairs still. I love this character. He's by far my favorite Marvel character by a long shot.
it's a character that kicked off fandom for you.
It is, yeah, it really is. So I'm really excited to see this. So let's just go right into it and start it now.
Everyone's got their thing. Maybe
Yeah,
it's a
voices.
breakup,
Here, Tom Hardy in these voices, man.
I know.
a death, an accident,
I like how it's two Oscar-nominated actors.
whatever it is. You used to be one thing. Now, you're something else.
It has a very Dark Knight-ish feel about it.
We all have our own problems. Our own issues. Our own demons.
Oh yes.
October. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, that looked awesome.
Boy, what a time to be in Hall H this year, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. So that looks awesome. So just like a little bit of background, right? Venom has been in one other movie, and it was Spider-Man 3, the one with Tobey Maguire.
Topher Grace.
Yeah. Um,
How are you actually gonna say?
oh my god. Okay, so like for anybody that doesn't know the story of Venom, like a real quick rundown on him. He's Eddie Brock. He's actually a bodybuilder, and it's written into the story that he's a bodybuilder because he like never got any attention from his father, and he wanted to prove to his father that he was big and tough and all this stuff. So with that being said, he's a bodybuilder, and then they cast Topher Grace to play Eddie Brock, a guy who, well, being a good actor, is like comically skinny. It made no sense at all. I mean, it was just like, it might be like the worst casting I've ever seen. I just did not understand that at all. Um,
They're there.
it was just such a stupid choice. But anyway, they also like butchered the story. I mean, they didn't really like explain how the alien gets to, the Earth or anything, which I don't think they're going to do that exactly with this one either, but that's okay, because there's a long backstory that involves the Fantastic Four, which they're not going to be able to
They'll gloss
do.
over.
They're not going to be able to do that in this movie. I'm fine with that. I think that the casting choice this time around is great, though. Um,
Here's my hope, and again, I'm not. You're the resident expert for Venom, but what I will say in regards to Spider-Man 3, what I didn't like, they treated Venom as. Listen, when Peter Parker had on the black suit, all he did was he got an emo haircut, he wore black clothes, and it was a general douchebag to people and danced in the streets. I don't think that's particularly evil behavior. Like if it's supposed to be some sort of
No.
dichotomy between good and evil, that was not it.
they way toned it down. I mean, like, I think
that was like a joke.
part of it's there's I think like kind of two reasons why this character hasn't been done yet. A, just like the technology, because like the CGI and everything, I don't think they actually like really could have done a very good job with Venom in like a full movie, because he had very few scenes in Spider-Man 3. There was only like 2 or 3 scenes where he's like even
I just
there.
think they didn't want to pay for it.
They didn't want to pay for it because it's super expensive. It's like liquid black stuff all over him that's constantly moving, so this is going to be a really expensive movie. He's like the mortal enemy of Spider-Man, and the original story is very dark and depressing and violent, extremely violent. And that just kind of like doesn't go with the Marvel tone most of the time. Most of the time it's like kind of like, campy, and there's like cheesy one-liners. That tone does not work with the story at all, which is one of the reasons why I love this trailer, because it looks dark and disturbing. Like it doesn't seem like it's going to be cheesy or like annoying.
Teaser.
What's up?
Teaser trailer's gonna have a whole lot more.
I'm sure, yeah, but they definitely got the tone right. So I hope they don't screw this up. I really am looking forward to this movie, and I was so disappointed last time when they messed up Venom for all of us. This is the time for redemption. So yeah, that's basically my thoughts on it. Like I said, I've been waiting to see this movie for like 20 years. It's like, this is like one of the most iconic villains in like the entire Marvel universe, and he's the mortal enemy of Spider-Man.
I think it's interesting that your favorite is the mortal enemy of someone.
Well, he starts off super evil, and then later on, like, kind of becomes like an anti-hero, and he's just really, really fascinating. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this one. Any other Venom fans out there? Let me know your thoughts below in the comments. I want to see what everybody else thinks of this and the casting choice this time around, because I think we've all been wanting to see somebody who wasn't comically skinny, and I think that Tom Hardy's a good choice just because he's already done, like the evil villain role of a dark superhero movie before, so he's kind of been around the block. His experience. He's a great actor.
He does evil very well.
He's great at evil.
As if you've seen The Revenant, anyone, he was really good in that as well. Oh, sorry, spoiler. He's not a good guy in that movie. And then also because he's one of these like heavyweight actors, heavyweight character actors specifically, I think he'll do the character justice. Like, I don't know what the story's going to be and how they're going to work around not having Spider-Man exist in this world. Even though it said Marvel in the opening, it's not Marvel Studios. So as of this time, it's not part of the MCU at all. But so it's I'm curious to see how that's going to go.
That is one thing that I'm a little worried about, just because the only reason why he exists in the comic is because of the rage that he feels towards Spider-Man and Peter Parker. So they're gonna have to they're gonna have to come up with a totally original origin story.
Well, they probably will. However, the only reason why the MCU has Spider-Man to begin with is because Sony basically gave him back, or I don't know if there was like a 7-year, there was some sort of contract deal, which is why they had to make another set of Spider-Man films with Andrew Garfield after Tobey Maguire to retain the rights. And then they just decided to say, you know what, whatever, you guys go ahead and take Spider-Man. But if Venom does well, they're going to put a chokehold on this character to have their own bit of superhero franchise going. So it's possible we'll never see Spider-Man, or at least not in the immediate future.
In a way, I kind of am glad, though, that he's not, because honestly, like, the way that they're doing... I mean, by the way, like, I liked the recent Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Homecoming.
He's
like,
adorable.
I thought it was good. However, the tone of that movie and that character does not match with the Venom character
he's
at
a kid.
all. Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense at all. That's, they're just, like, one's kind of, like, lighthearted, and one is just, like, not. And plus, this is going to be R-rated, supposedly. And I hope they do that, too, because I want to see all the gore.
Of course
all the violence. I don't know what else to say. I'm super excited about it. Anything else?
Shout out to Ms. Mode. Hey, look at where I'm sitting now. That's it. That's all I gotta say. She'll know. She'll know.
On that note, if you guys like our content, please make sure to subscribe up here in the corner, and also check out the brand new blog, thelivingrashon.com, where we have a lot of articles about all sorts of stuff in the fandom that we're really interested in paying attention to. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.